Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We survived. Another week is done. Thank goodness. It was getting close. So if want to say hi, we got Wild Angel, we got Ginger. How you doing, my dear? So if you guys don't know, this is Freaky Friday. So here are the rules. First of all, take your shoes off. Second of all, pour yourself your favorite drink. Third, grab your favorite vape, smoke, snacks, whatever you want. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. Let's have some fun. So we are going to try something new today, and I've got to fix it real quick because we're going to try to stream to Instagram as well. They just launched that, and so it's really kind of exciting. So I've got to do one quick thing here, but first of all, let's see who we have hanging out with us tonight. So I see Wild Angel says, hi, everybody. Hi, Wild Angel. How you doing, dear? Ginger, welcome to the party. Always good to have you. And, Qrow, oh my God, the mystery man is not lost. He has been promising to show up for the last several weeks, and apparently he at least made it to the audience, so he found it that far. Just maybe he might find his way up on stage with us tonight. So, how is everybody's week going so far? You know, what's going on in your world? And most importantly, or I should say, not most, but easy for me to say. First of all, where is everybody watching from? Let me know in the chat where you're from, because I'm really curious where all the people in our community tune in for, and I want to know what you're doing, whether it's Friday night, Saturday morning, maybe it's the middle of the night, you're just kind of binge watching us. So let us know where you're watching from today. And I'm going to try to see if I can get Instagram to work correctly. Jeremy, good to have you with us, buddy. Welcome to the party. And we're going to edit and trying to fix my the links so we can go live on Instagram. Save changes, see if that works. And now streaming software go up. Why does going live with streaming software? Why does it not give me the go live button? That's weird. Apparently I broke it, so I don't know if Instagram is working or not. If anybody out there is following Down Home Crypto on Instagram, do me a favor, go check and let me know if the stream is working. I would appreciate it, because I probably broke it. Boise, Idaho. Hey, I know where that's at. Of course, Wild Angel, my dear, is here with me. Omaha, Nebraska. Nice. I think I've driven through Nebraska. I don't think I've actually stopped. Maybe for gas. Yeah. And then, hello, everyone from Montana. Yes, Ginger's hanging out in the Rocky Mountain country. I love it. And Waldane says, hi, Jeremy. Say, okay, first note to self-proofread. Yeah, I have the same problem all the time. Ginger is like, think before I speak. Well, I screwed that one up. But you know what? That's okay, Ginger. It's Friday night. We don't care. You know, that's a great thing here on Freaky Friday. It's all about celebrating survival of the week. Because, man, I don't think we give ourselves credit enough to make it through a week. We didn't kill anybody. We didn't go to jail because we're still here. And obviously, nobody died. So that's a win in my book. Yeah. And we're not on fire. Of course, rule number 3, if you're on fire, probably stop watching, call 911, and get put out. Because something is really not right. Voice to text hating on my tongue ring again. Well, that sucks. See, tongue rings are fun, but yeah, voice to text, it just doesn't quite sound right. I have a problem without a tongue ring. I always say that my first language is gibberish, second is profanity, and third is bad English. Maybe I might speak good English on occasion, but it's pretty damn rare. So a lot of you see me in the picture for Freaky Friday. Of course, you got me standing in front of my Qrow in a pink shirt. And I've had a couple of people ask me, it's like, Serenity, seriously, do you wear pink shirts? I mean, come on. What kind of man wears pink shirts? Well, here you go. Here's proof. Yes, I do wear pink shirts, and people tell me I look great in it. Don't ask me why. I think they're lying to me just because I like it. But I'm an 80s kid. So for me, hey, pink was cool, man. We wore some outlandish stuff back in the 80s and 90s, and that's still my favorite time of life. Say, he totally rocks pink. Oh, thank you, Wild Angel. I appreciate that. And yes, I had to prove it. Here you go. This is what Serenity looks like in pink. Now all I need is my hat and my coat and my jeans. I'm good to go. So while I'm going to mess with Instagram, first, let's find out who we have hiding backstage tonight. Because as you know, they don't even know who's here yet. Who knows? Somebody might pop in, they might pop out, and we never know what could happen. So let's go check and see who showed up. And first of all, of course, the beautiful Wild Angel. How you doing, dear?
Hi, everybody.
How's your Friday been so far, my dear?
Oh, I'm so glad it's Friday. Tax filing deadlines suck.
Yeah, good thing I don't have to deal with it. That's your job. So, hey, we got one more person hiding back there in the nooks and the crannies, working in the shadows. Any guesses in the chat? Who do you think is working in the shadows right now? Tell me who you think it is. I'm curious. See how well our community knows us before I bring that individual up here. And I'm not sure if they are ready or not. So might be doing their hair. Easy for me to say. I wonder. Oh, Wild Angels BT. I don't know. See, that's a great thing. The people on stage can't see who's backstage, so that makes it even more fun. They have no idea. This makes it great. It's like an Easter egg hunt. It's like, who's the mystery contestant this evening? Qrow says, I wonder. I don't know. Let's go find out, shall we? Let's bring him on up here. Who do we got? We got the one and only Mr. Qrow. How you doing, Qrow?
Hey, doing pretty good. Glad to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely,
and
bro.
It's been a little bit, so yeah, happy to come along, tag along for the ride.
It has been. So, yeah, tell me, what have you been up to the last few weeks, man? We haven't seen you. You've been kind of hiding. It's like, what's going on in your life, buddy?
I've just been busy. Usually, like, sometimes my girlfriend will come over, like, on Friday, and when this time, like, right now it's, like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock for most people, but for me it's still 5 o'clock, so it's still a bit early. So sometimes my girlfriend comes over and then it's dinner time, and then it's like, oh damn, I don't have enough time to jump in and make dinner and do all these things. So just been a bit busy, but today I'm solo, so pretty good.
No way, they let you go solo all by yourself?
Yeah, I know, right? Without the helmet
somebody
too,
left
it's crazy.
him unsupervised.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. So I gotta ask, when the girlfriends come over, do you like have to massively clean the house? Like, oh my God, she'll be here in 20 minutes, go. And you and the cat start running around and dragging stuff and hiding it under the bed, or how's that work?
A little bit like that, yeah. Got to do a bit, and then yeah, just be prepped. She doesn't like when I'm, on my phone and stuff while we're supposed to be hanging out. So if I'm sitting here watching this, she'll be like, oh, yeah.
Okay, well that's fair, and you're welcome to bring her anytime, because I keep hearing she's a model. It's like, wow, that's got to be impressive. I'd love to see what she looks like.
It's ironic because she's extremely shy, so she would never, ever come on here.
Really? See,
Yeah.
now that's amazing. I remember that from, what was that? Tokyo Drift. The Fast Furious, I think it's number 3.
3, yeah.
It's 3. Where the one guy, Twink, and he's like, yo, you're a supermodel. You're in a town. You don't know anybody. Who do you talk to? The little guy that makes you laugh. And he had all the supermodels around. I was like, wow, that's actually kind of a cool concept.
Yeah.
So,
That's a classic right there, actually.
Yeah, that was good. They did it totally out of order, which really bothered me. But the movie itself was great. I love it.
That's funny.
There's this thing that I don't get up in front of people and do presentations, nothing like that. Even a small meeting at work freaks me out. School, doing speech class, yeah, no. And he got me on here, and maybe it's because all I see is my screen and I'm in the bedroom with the door shut. Maybe that's why it's not so bad.
Yeah, I think a lot of it could be the actual, I guess, being in person in front when you have all those eyes on you, but when it's just like on the screen, you can't see anybody else. So it's like, oh, we're just hanging out.
Yeah, I throw up on people's shoes.
Hey, at least you can't do that on here, so that's good.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that would be bad. Let's try and avoid that, shall we?
Yeah, the technology isn't quite there yet. So maybe one day, but
Yeah, no.
Exactly. And so I'm still fighting with Instagram here. Hey, Day5, how you doing, buddy? Man, we have missed you. You weren't here for last night's Rags to Riches. You were the winner, but I didn't get the DM. I'm so sorry, my man, but I got sick of rules.
That just makes it better for next time, though. Just increases the pot.
It does. And Qrow knows all about that because he's missed out on drawings a couple times now, haven't you, Qrow?
I think so. Yeah, I think I have. So it's funny because sometimes, like, I'll be watching it and I'll be like listening and stuff, and then like I gotta go do something for a minute, and then I come back, and then the giveaway's over, and I like missed it, and then I don't even know that it happened. So then, like, at the end of the stream, I'm like, wait, what? Like that? When did it happen? So I always get confused.
I make it the same time every day, or the same day of the week, and same time every that day of the week. So I mean,
That's good to know.
It's not like it changes. It is always 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays, guaranteed.
That's good to know.
That's sweet, Dave Fi.
Dave Fi says, I wouldn't accept it anyway. Dave Fi, man, you are so awesome, brother. I absolutely love you. And for anybody out there, if you go in the Down Home Crypto Discord, Dave Fi is like the godly moderator. He is the one that keeps us all safe. All those alerts that you see come through, like the Ledger hack and all that information, Dave Fi is on the ball. He knows what's going on, and he's keeping us safe out there. So huge shout out to Dave Fi for his amazing skills and just watching out for all of us. Thank you, brother. It means the world to me, my man. And so Ginger says AOA. Okay, what is AOA? Do I even want to know?
I will explain that one. Ginger and I participated in Society for Creative Anachronisms. Basically, we would recreate the Renaissance and the Middle Ages, and the best part of it. Dying to go to Pennsylvania for Pensic, but...
Hold on, Chrome's got a question. What, Chrome?
What? Can you go deeper into that? What do you mean you recreate the Renaissance? What exactly?
Right. The arts, the sciences, the combat, the chivalry, the pageantry, the better parts. We could do without the plague. And we deemed that sunglasses, if they could have existed back then, would have. And so most of us wore them. But an AOA is an award of arms. It grants the title of Lord or Lady.
Oh.
And I kind of got shanghaied for mine because they were told, don't pull her up in front of courts, because we would have the big long courts. And I had cooked a feast, and it was after feast. And I'd done something stupid and grabbed hot chickens with honey and butter with my bare hands, trying to get them into bowls to get them out because royalty was out there. I'd burnt my hands. So I'm walking out carrying a apple dumpling in a bowl to the queen with bandaged hands. She says, have a seat. And I'm like, oh crap. And next thing I know, I'm getting swamped, everybody around me. And yeah, got my AOA, got my title. So yeah.
So you're royalty now. Wow.
No, not royalty, nobility. That's nobility. Like, okay, ever after the contests versus the servants or the peasants, I got elevated to nobility status.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's actually really cool.
And if I chainmail bikinis around campfires are fun.
Huh.
I can only imagine.
That's a ginger trick.
That's a ginger trick, huh?
That's a ginger trick.
See, you weren't wearing a chainmail bikini around a campfire, you're telling me.
I was not, but she was.
Okay.
Dancing around bonfires with lots of mead.
Yep.
What could possibly go wrong there?
I wonder.
It's a lot of fun, and there's I tend to be fairly scholarly, and so it was a great aspect for me because I would research, and then I would try to recreate a lot of the arts and sciences.
That's really cool. I definitely think the Renaissance is one of the best periods, other than obviously all the negatives, as Dave Fi brought up the pillaging, the alcohol poisoning, the plague, the famine. Just ignore
we did the better parts of the Renaissance.
Right. And so now I'm curious about that. Okay, so I've we won't talk about my past in any way there, but I often wondered, you go through like the Renaissance fairs, things like that, and you recreate everything as best you can, the food and all that. Yet I feel there's so many pieces of that missing that would almost add to the atmosphere. I mean, you've got people who would bathe like once a month, which, God, that would be horrible. But I mean, you look back and you had like one bowl that the king drank out of, and then everybody else got to wash, and it just kind of went downhill. And do you think
better parts?
Right. Do you think that leaving out the negative parts actually over glamorizes, the Dark Ages?
Well, we weren't necessarily doing the Dark Ages. That's actually
I don't know the
prior
details. Sorry.
to
Okay, what's the middle?
the Middle Ages.
Okay.
There's the Dark Age, then there's like the Middle Ages and the Renaissance.
Okay.
But if we did a lot of the negatives, not so many people would want to participate.
Right. It's like, I don't know. Oh, yes, we're going to put you on the rack for 3 hours. It'll be great. Come on out. He's like, I think I'll pass. Thanks.
I mean, we had big armored combats, entire fields with thousands of men or people, even women, in armor and chainmail. Or we do like the Three Musketeer type tournaments, the fencing.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's
And-
like I feel like I've seen those before, like on like TV and stuff, like a old Renaissance fair, medieval fair, something like that, and they do like the well, what was it? What is it called? You just said it. It was like where they're both on the horses, and then they
The
ride.
jousting.
Yeah, jousting. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've always wanted to see that happen in real life.
They do have some groups that do jousting. Our groups here did have some equestrial activities, but it wasn't like jousting type combat because the liability for the insurance
Oh fuck yeah! I bet.
is
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
a little ridiculous.
Yep.
What happened? He's been impaled. Oh, my God.
Right. The combat isn't live steel. For the heavies, it's like bamboo with water noodles and lots of duct tape, and they've marked the live edges, what would be normally sharp, are marked. And we had a phenomenal kids program. Ginger and I, actually, Ginger was the head and I was one of her deputies. We had a great kids program.
It's awesome. Dress up the kids and stuff,
So-
put some makeup on
Oh
them.
my God, it is so much fun.
No doubt.
Actually, and Penzic is a 2-week event in Pennsylvania. It's actually in Guinness for being the largest temporary town.
Oh, wow.
Wait, where is this?
Ginger, help me out here. It's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then there's one down in Arizona, I think Phoenix at Estrella Park. That
Okay.
is also another long one that's known for its own type of plague called Estrella flu. Ginger actually got Estrella flu.
Jeez.
It's a bug that bites you, I think, and it gives you a virus.
Huh.
So it kind of has its own plague.
They have their own version.
That is taking it to the next level right there, man. My hat's off to those people. Yeah, it's like, no, we're not just pretending you're going to get sick. You're going to get sick. Yeah,
Yep.
you're going to get all messed up. You're going to go home. You're going to wish you were dead. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so funny. I've actually
is.
seen there's when I used to do delivery driving for Domino's, there was one place that I'd drive past and it was kind of like up on this little hill a bit. But anyway, I'd drive past the house and they had this really big front yard and backyard and like kind of like a yard around the side connecting to the backyard. And I would drive by and there's one day I noticed it was like a group of 4 or 5 people and they were in full armor and had like, you know, doled out swords and like all this stuff. And they were doing like a medieval battle like in their front yard. And I was like, that is so cool. Holy shit. I could not imagine. They were fully dressed up in everything that they had.
That's what we do. I've
Okay.
got many gowns in storage. Ginger has thousands of dollars worth of fabric and Middle Eastern jewelry because both of us kind of cross European and Middle Eastern. We have dual personas, and so we do both.
That's cool.
That's pretty wild. And especially you think about here we are in down home crypto, yet one of your passions is to go back and relive the Middle Ages. And so, wow, that is really cool.
I am going to drag you to an event one of these days. We have local events here. Almost every state, pretty much every state does. It's worldwide, actually.
That's what I
No,
thought.
not Ren Fair. It
Aaron
would be
Fair?
Society for Creative Anachronisms. Let me look it up and see if I can find a better link for it.
Okay.
And I'll
Says
shoot it
Pennsylvania,
in.
Pensacola. Its own
No, it's in
town.
Pennsylvania, honey, not Pensacola.
Oh, Pensick. Sorry. English, like I said, that's like my third language, fourth language. Yeah, it's down the list. Right after swearing and gibberish and all the other good ones.
Yeah, this one that Dave shared is just kind of like a general one, I think. Just
Heron Fair?
Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair.
Let's take a look at that real quick.
Has some like pricing, the dates, stuff like that.
No, that's okay. Events. Let's see. Brewfest, Celtic Fling. See, I'm going to mispronounce every one of these words. You guys know that, right? 'Cause somebody's going to say, I should say Celtic or Celtic or I don't know.
This one
Here
seems pretty
is
cool.
a link to the society, sca.org, some about it. And depending where you live would be the different kingdoms.
Let up.
Ethelmere is Pennsylvania. Like Serenity and I are in, I'm going totally blank.
If I says it's pretty popular, okay?
Ginge, what kingdom are we in? I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a few years.
SCA.org.
Yes. This is what we do.
See, that is pretty cool.
Fun. And the kings rotate. And it is decided by right of arms. They have crown tourneys. And it is a battle for a one-on-one to get through the list. And he who wins, or I don't know if we've had a female win on her own right yet. Yeah, it's by right of arms.
That's cool. I definitely want to do that. Pull up, go fight.
There's a big group in Canada.
I'm
We
not
actually know a
surprised.
lot of Canadians.
That's funny.
Ginger is up on the High Line, and in Montana, and
Oh, yeah.
so we, yeah, they cross the border frequently.
That's so cool.
How do you get the weapons across the border? That's what I want to know.
They're not by steel.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. No, it's just bamboo. I swear to God. What about this big shield?
Swear to God, officer, this isn't a gun. It's all fake.
Exactly. See, I'm not even sure I could go through the border crossing in a straight face. I mean, you've got all this armor and stuff. They're like, what are you doing? They're probably used to it by now. I mean, realistically. But can you imagine trying to fly and they pass you through the metal detector at security and everything goes off? Like, what the hell?
That's why
Open
you
up.
check your baggage.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot to take off my chainmail. I'm sorry, officer.
Event calendar.
Gives us called Society for Creative
Anachronisms.
Anachronism. Okay, thank you.
It means things out of their time, out of their proper time.
Oh,
And it's creative because we aren't in its time, and we all have some creative license in what we do. And yes, drunken wenches are a lot of fun, Dave.
Drunken wenches, meat and food. What's not to like?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Okay, Qrow, you and I are going. The girls are staying home. This sounds like a good time.
I also don't
I got a dirty look. Ooh, I'm in trouble.
Anachronism?
Anachronism.
Anachronism?
Today, boys and girls, we're going to learn the word anachronism.
It sounds like a spelling bee word.
It does, doesn't. I'm like, what does that even mean? Yeah, I would have to go look that up because I have no idea what the hell it's saying.
Yeah, I just did.
Did you?
No. Yeah, thing belonging or appropriate to a period other than that in which it exists, especially a thing that is conspicuously old-fashioned.
Oh, so it's very specific about old-fashioned, not future. Okay, so anachronism wouldn't go for if you're doing, Star Wars or something.
Well, actually, Star Wars is in a place, or I can't remember what it is. It's in a galaxy far, far away or something. So technically, it could be current time or even past time. It may not be actually future.
This is true.
Anyway.
Oh man, we're going down this rabbit hole. And
Yeah, I remember reading something about that like a long time ago as a kid, how like Star Wars is like current time, but I don't know, something like that.
And it's funny because you guys know that I love the Wheel of Time series. I mean, I got the books down here. I just read an article. They are doing a famous author is doing a whole new series based off the Wheel of Time, but like several thousand years before the Wheel of Time occurred. So it's going to be really, really wild. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but it'll be interesting. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Exactly, Dave. I feel you, buddy. Just laughing. Ferret, my man. How you doing, brother? Good to have you with us. Bring on the drunken ferret wenches. Yeah. It's going to be a party. Shadow, welcome to the party. Good to have you, my man. Wildland says, hi, Ferret. And Shadow joined on Twitter. Thank you, Shadow. So, it's really interesting. And, I've got my own personal issues against Ren Fair and SCA, and just because history. We won't go there. But long story short, there's really something interesting to shed the power and the dominance in which you created in this world today. I mean, you take a CEO of a company or something, for them to shed that, to dress as a peasant and work their way up the ranking system. I mean, that's got to be really interesting. I mean, could you imagine going out and see Bill Gates in armor and swinging a sword, fighting his way to kingship?
He's fighting his way to CEO of the company.
Right.
You could like challenge CEOs and be like, all right, we're going in a duel. Whoever wins gets the title.
Right. Dude, that would be badass. I guarantee modern society would be a whole lot different if that's the way it was.
Oh man, there's a reason they got rid of dueling.
Exactly.
It used to be a legitimate thing. You could challenge somebody to a duel and it was legal. There'd be like a person there to watch it and see who wins, and then
Exactly. You bonks, my man. How you doing, brother? Good to have you here. Great show tonight. Sorry I had to dip out, go do my hair. It takes a lot of time to get this hair just right. How'd I do?
You got a couple out of place.
Damn it.
You missed the spot, that's for sure.
There we go.
All the time.
Yeah, happens frequently. As No, our kings, queens do it all the time from here all the way to Pennsylvania, down to Texas. They take all the gear with them. Okay. Interesting.
This is an international organization. And so there's actually a floating ship, a floating kingdom.
I've read about that.
The Navy.
Wait, what?
And yes, there is a floating kingdom that belongs to the Navy. And so they actually have battles out on this cruiser. And it's kind of cool.
So they just bring their gear on the ship and just wait till it's battle day. And they're like, all right, guys, we're pausing operations. It's battle day.
Well, my understanding is they actually purchased a decommissioned ship, right?
No, I think it is an actual in-service ship.
Okay.
I feel like it would have to be an in-service ship, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be like allowed on the water.
Yeah. And Ginge, yes, I do remember that was Griffin's Fury, maybe. Yeah, I stuck my foot in a gopher mansion the first night of the event and tore all the ligaments in my ankle. Her belly dance outfit was sheer. Oh, drugs and, sheer clothes just don't go well together. But we had a bunch of the Canadians. We actually had a Canadian medic there that night.
Okay.
Avon Call, I believe. Great Alberta.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's on the website. I can't remember all of it, but.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you with us, bud. So, we're talking about the Renaissance Fair right now, guys, and that's a great thing. We've got Ginger in the audience, and we've got Wild Angel up here on stage, who have spent a lot of time in that environment and those things, and so kind of enlightening us. And it's really kind of interesting to think about it. You take the medieval times with knights and squires and all that, and then you put them in cryptocurrency. Man, what a wild combination! You never know what you're going to get on Freaky Friday. No idea.
I've actually seen projects try and do that before.
See, I think about a battle for Bitcoin or something. That would be badass. Let's do that. Everybody puts in, like $20 worth of Bitcoin, and then you fight to the top. Whoever the top prize winner, they get all the Bitcoin. There you go. See, there's a project.
Sounds a bit like Bit Fighters.
It does. That's a great one there. In fact, glad you brought that up, Qrow, because Bit Fighters just released a brand new thing where they have the prize pool now. So every time you fight, the winner could get a chance to spin the wheel to try to win the prize pool. And it's up to like, what's it, 2,000 bits right now? It's like almost $1,000.
Damn, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually went and fought last night, and I was fighting Gotita. And I beat him, and then he immediately logged off. I'm like, where'd you go?
Damn.
Hope I didn't make him mad.
He ruined his night. He's like, I'm sick of this. Lost my first game, I'm out.
Right, and now that Bitcoin has gone up in price, you figure that 50 bits, it's about $2.40 per fight. So you're making a couple bucks in 60 seconds. Not a bad deal. So, looks like Ginger and Wild Angel are just going back and forth. Ginger
We're
says, "Hi, Shadow."
reminiscing.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, I remembered it. We are in the Kingdom of Artemisia. It's Montana, Idaho, part of Utah, or all of Utah. Washington is its own. That's Kingdom of the West. Washington, California, Oregon. Although Artemisia does pull up part of Oregon, the eastern side.
It's all that Rocky Mountain range. Is that kind of the dividing line?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
I know we have some Wyoming. I don't think we get over in the Dakotas or not. I don't think we do, but it's a pretty big range. And you can have one-day events up to, for our group, our biggest events like 5 or 6 days long for our kingdom.
Damn.
I know the one in Ethelmere or East does Penzic, and it's 2 weeks.
Damn.
So, I'm going to ask a little bit of I don't want to say a personal question, but maybe a sensitive question might be the best way to phrase it. Now, I have met some individuals from SCA, and personally, I was never impressed. Honestly, this is just my opinion. Please understand. And maybe I just got the bad seeds that I had to deal with. Maybe they're the ones that, they're definitely the ones you don't bring home and show your family. And they are definitely the ones that will get you in trouble, that like you get handcuffed and shit for. So is everybody like that in the SA, or is that just those select few that I've had the pleasure of meeting?
You ran into a few bad apples. It has picked up a little bit of the name Society for Consenting Adults. However, it's not all, hopping from one tent to the other. It is all about recreating and learning what it was like and doing the better parts. We have doctors and lawyers and people from all walks of life come and play, and it's a great break. Way back when, before you, Serenity, I did the single parent thing, and I had 1 week a year that I got to take a break from that. And that was, it was great. It was just totally distancing from reality. Because if I wanted to have a drink at 10 o'clock in the morning, I had a drink at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd walk around with a tankard of mead, no problem. Or go up and grab some rock juice.
Okay, that just sounds interesting. Rock juice?
Everclear base.
Oh, damn.
Everclear, vodka, cherry, and orange juice.
You're passing out by 10:30, but man, for that half hour, it was awesome.
After about my third rock juice, one night I walked up to the then crowned king and says, "Hi, metalhead, what you doing?" I was drunker than a skunk. But
I can imagine.
But it's pretty chill. We do have security. We have vendors and merchants. And
so this seems like a pretty big thing. Where does the funding come from?
Each group funds themselves. Site fees to go on site.
Yeah.
At events, so it's like buying any ticket to anything.
Oh, okay.
And there are memberships. So your membership dues and site fees and everything, we fund ourselves. The groups
Makes
fund
sense.
themselves. We have officers in each local group. Not only are there kingdoms, but there's baronies and shires and cantons and at all the different levels. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
That is
really
cool.
interesting.
If you
I was
have a chance to check it out, do.
Yeah, for real. I definitely want to. I was curious just because it seems like there's so much that goes into this. I was wondering, like, how does all the funding come together and, like, organizing this whole event? Seems like a big thing.
You bid to host an event. Ginger would host events, and I would be her feastocrat. She would be the autocrat. I'd be the feastocrat.
What are those?
The feastocrat is the person that does the meals.
Okay.
They plan the meals. The event that I did, it was 5 meals over 3 days, including a big 7-course feast. That was the one I burnt my chicken, my hands on the chicken. But I had to buy all the groceries and plan it all and all that fun stuff.
Nice. And hi, Brett. How you doing? So we're talking about the SCA currently.
Not LARPing. It's so much more better than LARPing.
Okay, we're going to get to LARPing. I got to catch up on the chat here because things are rolling through here. So Dave says, probably don't want to lead with, we have doctors and lawyers. Yeah, that's probably not a good opening credits scene there. You're right, Dave. Doctors, lawyers, and alcohol. What could go wrong? It's like, oh, God. Someone's going to jail. With the chivalry that men treat the women in these events is amazing and so unlike how things are today. And, Ginger, that's really interesting because, from some of these stories, I mean, I know what it's like just going to the bar. I mean, you've got people beating each other up. You've got guys hitting on chicks. Things going horribly wrong in all different forms and way of life. Then you put that back in the Middle Ages when people weren't as uptight. I could just imagine what it would be like. And so it's interesting that you point out the chivalry and stuff is much more dominant, apparently, at these events. That's really good to know.
I was at one of my first events and was doing a lot of the wench type bodices, the really tight bodices, all but spilling out over the top. Well, I moved wrong and I did fall out of my bodice. There was a gentleman that happened to be looking at me at the time. All he did is he turned his back. He had a cloak on, turned his back and stretched out an arm with his cloak.
That's pretty cool.
No gawking. It does happen, unfortunately, when you're wearing corsets. He just gave me the minute to tuck myself back in. It was great. And yes, Britt, it's a whole thing. It is phenomenal. They have a great thing like down in Texas. It's called Gulf Wars. And it's another huge, big, national, worldwide event, actually.
Nice. And Dave says, 7-course feast. Take my money. Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's...
Sign me up. I am so good with this.
Sign me up, too, for real. I'll pay
No
to get
Dakotas.
my ass in there.
Exactly. Hey, who knows? Qrow, this might be a great opportunity. You said your girlfriend is not very social or outgoing. Here she can be somebody totally different. There you go.
Yeah.
That might just bring her out of the mold, buddy.
Great.
That'd be so fucking funny.
That would be. About halfway through, it's like, honey, we got to go home. You're getting out of control. I'm having fun with you. Whack.
I know people that would go to events and be totally different. You meet them outside of society and they're so crazy quiet and mousy. You put them into society, they're out belly dancing and partying, and it's just tremendous.
That's so cool.
That is cool. And so it's Wild Angel's the best feastocrat. Cooked feast I've ever done in bed. Nice. It says, aw. So, Britt, how you doing? How you been liking having Hope Giver down there with you? So, for those who don't know, Hope Giver, my mother, flew down to Oklahoma for Christmas, and she is staying with Brittany and Sherry and the family down there. So, I had to take her to the airport at 4 a.m., and it was funnier than hell because me and Horatio, I stayed up all night, and Horatio, my youngest son, he works graveyard, so he's like, "I'll go with you, Dad. No worries." Okay, so alarm goes off. We get up, we go, we load Mom up, we get her to the airport, roll in there to Southwest at the gate, and it's closed. There's nobody there. Look over to Alaskan. They're piled up with people. They're having a party. It's great. No, we just stand there for like a half an hour. And they're like, "You have to be here at 4. You won't get on the plane." They showed up 4:45. Like, are you people serious right now? That's jacked up.
So you had to stand there and wait?
Right. Had to wait for them to show up for work.
Wait, what? I've never heard of that in my entire life.
Yeah, it was absolutely nuts. And they were really nice about it, really pleasant. When we first got the car, the baggage lady, she was all kinds of cranky, but I guess she doesn't work for the airline. She works for the airport. So, but yeah, once they did show up, they were real nice, friendly, got help and everything. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy.
Dude, I would have been pissed. I would have been so mad.
And some people were very cranky, and me, I just laugh. It's one of those points. I've gotten to a point in my life now when things go horribly wrong, all you can do is laugh. I'm either going to laugh or I'm going to commit homicide. One of the two. I would rather laugh.
Holy, now that's an extreme.
Well, I used to be a pretty extreme individual. You can ask Wild Angel. Yeah, there was things didn't go the right way. I freaked out, and that's it. Everything within 20 feet got destroyed. I mean, I was a much more what do you call it? Uptight, insane individual. A little crazy.
A little crazy.
Now I'm just a lot crazy.
Temper, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, okay, whatever. No one's getting out alive. It's okay. Says, we're having a good day. Belly dance around the fire. Those of us dancing had enough need to find someone attractive, and we're single. We may flirt a little. And that goes into the whole concept there of, and this is what's really interesting is, we're discussing something that I have mixed feelings about, to be totally honest with you, because yes, this was of course before Wild Angel and I got together, but I've met some of those individuals. They're the ones I spoke of earlier. So it kind of leaves a very bad taste in my mouth all the way around. And I've kind of, I've had to deal with that. It's like everybody has a past. We've all done things. We've all been different places. But it's one of those where I've really got to temper that concept too. Because like we talked about in my past, I would have freaked out. Now it's like, you know what? That's the past. And I have to learn to let that go. I'm still working on it. Not there yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, it takes time. You're saying you like met some bad people. Like, where did you meet those people? Like, what was so bad?
This is actually before I went through recovery, and I met a couple individuals actually when I was still using, and they were very active members in the SCA. And yeah, a lot of very shady events, a lot of very unpleasant situations, and I correlate the two together because that's how I met them.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yet I was a shady person at that point in time in my life too. So it's really not right for me to judge. It's just still one of those, I get that kind of gut clenching feeling. But I know I've heard of some great people out there, but most of the stories I hear about the SCA is all about, we're going to drink all day and we're going to dance to next to nothing. And we're going to jump from 10 to 10 and it's going to be just a week-long party. Now, to give you an idea, I took my brother to Jimmy Buffett back in 98, 97. That was the crazy party scene. And that was, yes, people in the crowds were half naked. It was absolutely insane. And I kind of picture the same thing. I've never been through a full SCA event, but in my mind, they kind of connect. And so I've got to go one of these days to experience it and to see that, no, what I've been afraid of, what I'm worried about is not the way it always is. That's one piece of it, I'm sure, but there's a lot more good than bad. And that's just having the courage to step out of my comfort zone and say, okay, I really don't want to do this, but I'm going to give it a try.
Well, and there's bad apples in any group. There's always going to be maybe this little group over here's got some users, and these ones are the sleep around crew, and you find out who they are. You really do. They kind of make a name for themselves. We had a guy who had a yurt, Yuri's yurt. What happened in Yuri's yurt? stayed in Yuri's yurt. I never went to the yurt.
What the fuck is a yurt?
Ginger helped me out here. That's more your culture, your crew.
So like a brothel or?
No, it's a type of dwelling.
I see. I looked it up.
Old.
It's
Y-U-R-T.
What is it, Qrow?
it's just like a tent kind of. It's just a little tent. Like, that's the best way to explain it. It's just like a kind of like a tent. So they just have a little smash tent.
Okay. Sounds interesting. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know you didn't go. Thank you, Wild Angel. That makes me feel a little better. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I had no desire to go to Yuri's yurt.
Yuri's yurt. That's
His name was Yuri, and we all knew Yuri's yurt.
That's so
I'll bet.
funny.
Yeah. I'll bet it had a name for itself.
Yeah, there's definitely always like groups of people within certain things that are just very focused on one thing and one thing only. It's kind of like at most big popular events, even that, like Burning Man and shit like that. There's always going to be the freaks.
I think we're pretty freaky right here. Don't say yeah. You go to the next level. I think that almost insults the freaks. We are freaky, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And you go to that next level. That's just that's a no.
I went to a pagan festival in Denver, right outside of Denver, and they had what was called the Hedona Dome. The hedonists had this big dome facility, and that hedonists are pleasure seeking. They seek everything for pleasure. So that was like the pleasure palace.
Oh, wow.
I walked to the door and just kind of looked around just to check it out, because everybody's like, oh, you got to go to the Hedona Dome. I didn't make it 2 feet inside the door before I turned around and walked out, just because it was too open for my tastes.
That's fair.
Things were just too open, and I was extremely shy back then. So even though I was camping in the clothing optional section, go figure. That's where the group that I was camping with ended up. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, yeah. So,
and Alex says he's been in a yurt, and he's laughing. So, let's see, what happens in the yurt stays in the hurt. I'm guessing it's supposed to say yurt, not hurt, but I think we got it. Yurts are awesome. Okay. I'm trying to catch up here.
Yeah, catch up with it.
Yeah, so those are lines about yurts. One end, the Thunderdome. Other end, the Pleasure Dome. Okay. Just gets better. Yeah. Wow.
Now that's
Friday.
Yep, you gotta love Fridays, because you never know what we're going to talk about, and you never know who's going to show up. I expect a couple more, but you know what? We got the cool 3 people here, so that's totally okay. And yes, Britt, I did see your message. Mom's there too. Hi, Mom. Love you. Glad you're watching. Hope you're having a good time. And I'm sure Qrow's waving too.
Fine. Snoopy's just fine. I saw him yesterday.
Oh, good. Okay.
He came down for a visit.
Yes. I went and saw Snoopy today. Snoopy is Mom's dog, and he's an obnoxious little dog that's overly hyper. I swear this thing is on crack. It just races everywhere. It's like, oh my God. He's doing great. All is happy.
What kind of dog?
Chihuahua Dachshund.
Nice. Yeah, no wonder. Yeah.
It's Psycho Dog.
Yeah, dude. Chihuahuas go
He's
crazy.
a short-legged Chihuahua, basically.
Yeah.
And half wiener dog.
I can imagine exactly what they look like or how they act. Fucking all Chihuahuas are basically the same. They're so funny.
Oh yeah, they're insane. There's something very wrong with those people.
Yeah, they're loud.
Exactly.
Ginger's had some really sweet Chihuahuas. She had this one. She was so tiny. She was a Fawn Isabella, if I'm correct, right, Ginge? But she was so sweet and just tiny. I mean, literally, I could hold her in my hand.
Yeah, like a teacup dog.
That is wild. And,
yeah, they're so cute.
Yeah, I see those. Them walking with purses, and I see this little furry head pop out. Like, it's like aliens when the thing bursts out of the chest.
Yeah, my girlfriend's mom has a bunch of Chihuahuas, and they're so funny. They're so like adorable. They love to just be little like lap dogs, and they like to lay in the sun. And they just like to be obnoxious.
Exactly. She's Ask Angel. Been playing for 25 years. I've never slept with a man that I met at an event that I didn't go to the event and was dating and we were physically at the evening together. Well, that's good to know. Okay, and so that's good to know, Jim. That definitely helps because, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like so far. And maybe that's just my debauchery brain. Could be. It's like, okay, so you drink and you party and that's it. Everybody does everybody. It's like, okay.
Yeah,
No,
for some people, that's how it is.
Right.
But not
Yeah.
for everybody.
Sounds like the yurts. That's where the yurt happens. Okay.
That's what the yurts
I mean,
are
and
for.
they are consenting adults.
Right.
And so, you can't really judge them any more than somebody going to the bar to get a hookup.
True.
yes.
Exactly.
It's just a Middle Ages bar.
It's a little bit more dirty. It's the only difference.
You're in the dirt instead of the bathroom. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You're in the yurt.
There you go. So I'm curious. Do you find that a lot of people get involved in that just for the debauchery? Are there some that get involved just for that instead of the social thing, or is it more the social and that just kind of follows through?
It's more the social. Some people get into it very much for the scholarly pursuits, the arts, the sciences. Some people get into it very heavy for the combat.
Yeah.
And because you have not just at events, you have combat, but there's fighter practices at least usually once a week. I know here in Boise, they used to fight down at Ann Morrison Park every weekend. That's where practice was. And there's a lot of camaraderie outside of events. And you can try things at events. Like maybe I want to try Spanish blackwork. It's a phenomenal form of embroidery that is the most efficient use of embroidery thread. It is exactly the same on the front as on the back. It's basically you do every other stitch and then you come back the same pattern.
Okay, so no matter which way it is, because like modern day embroidery, you've got one side that looks really pretty, the other side that looks like crap.
It's a mess.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the most efficient and the most elegant form of black work. There's also red work and blue work, but you don't see multiple colors usually in it.
That's cool.
But I wanted to try it. We have classes at events to expand what people know. There might be a class on fighting techniques, or like fencing was developed in Spain. So there was a whole the second Zorro movie, when he's got the wheel where the guy goes around and is learning to fence on the wheel, and he follows this train. That's legit. There are people that learn this stuff.
That's cool.
And they teach it. We have people that do forging. I wish Qrow was here because he does forging. But we have people that set up forges at these events.
Yeah.
See, I could see that being a big thing then.
It's the arts and sciences. If the world ever goes post-apocalyptic, we are Ginger and I are part of the world's largest army, non-technical army. We know how to do combat. We know how to survive at Middle Ages level with non-technology. And it's like a lot of preppers actually do SCA.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And, I can see Alex being a big part of that. I know he's definitely kind of out in the sticks and has that mindset. So, Yvonne's, I could definitely see being part of that community and really growing his own food and, learning all that.
Yeah, bro, living in Florida, fuck, you got to be ready for anything out there.
Everything will eat you down in Florida, man. That's it. Game over. I thought Texas was bad. Sounds like Florida's even worse.
Hurricane, tsunami, fucking zombie apocalypse. You don't know what's coming next.
It's all coming down.
Yeah, it's scary out there, man.
And so Ginger says, I flirt a lot, but that's it. And Dave says, yeah, I put out on the first date. I don't care what year it is.
Yeah.
Dave, that's it, brother. I love it. That's great. It's Mongolian tint. It's octagonish, and they're very cool looking, and they're and it's.
Remember,
wow.
tongue ring. She's
okay.
Next to talking.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And if you with large groups of people where nothing happened other than we're hanging out. Okay. So, and that's good to know, Ginger, because I think that's one thing that a lot of people have misconceptions about, is that that's all this is. And, maybe that's just me with the people that I've met. You seem, and I've seen a couple practices when I've driven by and they've been in parks and they're practicing things like that. And I would, excuse me, I always wondered what the passion was, what the desire and how all that played out. So that's good to know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be like a good mix of people. I can definitely see why, some people would want to go there just for certain aspects, like the foraging, right. The combat, even just the food and the drinks. Like, sounds like it'd be so good. But then obviously there's probably going to be a group of people there for other specifics. So I feel like no matter where you go, there's going to be like that. Any type of big event, it's always going to be like that.
Right. I think so. And just said, okay, now there's nothing wrong with the clothing optional event occasionally. Back when I was 23, not now. I feel the same way, Ginger. Yeah. When I was 23, I did a whole lot of stupid things. Nowadays, I don't know. I could go to jail for this. Let's not do that.
Now I will be totally honest with you. There is regulations in the society for people that have memberships about pedophiles and things like that. They're not allowed. They just aren't allowed to participate.
Good. That's a good thing.
Occasionally, and I happen to know one that did, was a member before he got his record, and he continued to play. However, I will tell you, the rest of us watched him like a hawk.
Yeah, no doubt.
We police our own a lot of times. There have been police called, and we let the police handle it when they need to handle it. If we can handle it, we do.
Take him out back and beat his ass with a stick.
Yeah.
Get one of those fucking sticks, start whooping ass.
That's right. All-time justice, buddy. Whoa.
Yeah, for real. There's no police back in the event.
I was at one of the longer events, and it snowed in June.
Oh.
The end June, it snowed. And there were several of us women that were there on our own. And we were trying to get warm. And we actually had several guys bring us blankets, bring us cloaks, and actually try, not in a romantic or a sexual way, but try to body heat to get us warm because we were cold.
Oh, I bet. And that is the best way to do it.
Yeah, but there was nothing sexual. It was pure chivalry. Like Ginger said, I didn't carry my own stuff once we were set up.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're in garb, it's what it's called, garb.
I love that.
Of the day. Once you're in not mundane clothing, things kicked in. A woman rarely carried her own basket. I'd have my sewing basket with stuff in it or whatnot. Never. If I was walking, never did you see women usually without an escort.
Interesting.
And Ginger said she rarely used a porta potty, that she did not have a male escort with a sword because they didn't want them walking alone, especially at night.
Well,
even though we were in our group and we trust our people, trust but verify.
Right.
They still did not let women walk alone at night.
That's good.
That is great. And you compare that to modern day. If you go up to somebody who's like, here, let me carry your groceries, they're going to look at you all freaked out. They're going to call the cops like, do you know what this guy just did to me? Try to be chivalrous. Sorry.
Yeah, for real. Get reported for sexual harassment.
Right.
He's trying to be nice.
I was opening the door for you, lady. What are you doing? She pulls out a nightstick, starts beating you to death. It's like, what the hell? And it's really interesting. You look at the different times of society, how things were supposed to work. And it's I keep seeing this one lady on YouTube. I don't know her name, a redhead. She's always talking about women and how horrible they are and men. Anyway, long story short, you really think about the evolution of time and how perceptions have changed. So I find it fascinating that you've got all these women that want control, they want power, they want to be dominant. Yet there's still these events into which you can go back to the Middle Ages when they weren't dominant at all, yet they were cared for hand and foot in every way possible. So it's really interesting how it's kind of going full circle there.
Don't get me wrong. There are still some very, very powerful, domineering women in the SCA. Their men just support them in that, but they still don't carry their baskets. And it's because their men are more subservient, and they do it in a service aspect rather than a chivalry aspect, maybe.
You think maybe it's more of a protect mode? It's like, I'm going to carry your basket so nobody else does, because if they do, I'm taking out this club and I'm going to beat him to death.
Totally, it could be.
Okay. And CQC. And says, no, if you get in the SC, it's because you love movies like Three Musketeers or even after Game of Thrones. It's because you want to do those things, not the debauchery. Okay. And see, that's good to know, Ginger. And I think that's one thing to bring clarity. And that's a great thing here on Freaky Fridays. We'll talk about anything. And so I've got to be the devil's advocate some days and ask the questions that nobody wants to ask, but they're all thinking, like, oh my God, this is like some wild sex thing. Yeah. Now, okay, so that ain't it. So if that was your fantasy, apparently that's not the place, and let's go to Yuri's yurt. Who knows what goes on there? We don't talk about it.
Yeah, what happens in Yuri's yurt stays in Yuri's yurt.
It's hard as hell, she's trying to say. Okay. That's fair. And I'm probably missing different parts of the conversation. I'm kind of bouncing around trying to keep up, and I think the conversation's going anywhere. So I got to ask now, Ginger, you've been in here the last couple of weeks. You just joined the Discord, by the way. Great to see you in there. So when are we going to get you up here on a Freaky Friday? I think that could be kind of fun. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Everybody's invited.
Hell yeah. Yeah. If anybody wants to show up and be on a Freaky's Friday, DM me. Shoot me a message in Discord, and I will definitely hook you up. For anybody else who just wants to randomly pop in at any point in time, you guys hopefully know that the family members for Down Home Crypto always get the invite. Every single week, I make sure to post it in their channel. I think I forgot today. Sorry. We had Discord issues. It was possessed.
Discord was being weird today.
Yeah. I guess it went down during Yabonka's stream where all of Discord just crashed. Like, oh God.
Dude, yeah, I was like, I was looking, and all of a sudden, some of my servers just had like exclamation mark, like warning signs for them. And I was like, what? I was like, I've never seen this, and I've had Discord for years. Like, I've never seen this before, ever. And I was so confused. I tried going on the servers, and they were just blank. And I was like, did it just like delete my stuff? Like, I was so scared for a minute because I thought it just like started deleting things, and I was like, what is going on? But then
I just got hacked. Oh,
yeah,
God.
just got hacked. No worries. Actually, that's kind of what I thought for a second. I was like, damn, like I wonder if they had like a security breach or something, and somebody's like going through and deleting data or something. But anyway, yeah, it's just some shit, just some Discord shit, like classic.
It is, absolutely. So, but yes, I do try to post that in the family channel, and so if you want to join, get that invite every single week. Just join the YouTube channel right here, and that'll give you permission sets on the Discord. Now, if you don't already know, you can join the Down Home Crypto Discord. It's free of charge, and that's where we have all the great information. You can talk to Qrow, to Cyro, BTK, myself, any one of us. We all hang out in there, and let me put a link in that because that's a great place to get some alpha information. You get to know what's going on a little bit earlier than everybody else. So I am going to, there it is. I had to go find the invite link. There it is, copy. Discord's working now, thankfully. There you go.
It's back up now.
It's back up. So you haven't already joined, definitely click on the link, join the Down Home Crypto Discord, say hi in there, let us know what's going on. And that's where we do the voting for the Rags to Riches event. So if you vote for that, you get a chance to win the dance off for $10 or more, depending on if I win or if somebody doesn't claim their prize. Just jump in, get to know the community, because that's what this is all about. It's having fun. And we spend most of our time talking about cryptocurrency and how to earn and all these things. And that's why Freaky Friday was invented, to just talk about whatever, have fun on everything. And just to prove that we will let absolutely anybody up here on stage, I'll prove it to you right now. Ready? What's up, Qrow?
What's up, everyone?
See, we'll let anybody on stage. Look at that guy. He looks like Chewbacca mini version.
That's great timing.
Qrow, you missed the whole conversation about forging.
I think I did. I think that was before the Renaissance, because I put
Oh,
the
that was
stream
part
on
of
my
the
dashboard when I was
It was
driving.
during the Renaissance. Apparently, they do a lot of forging at the Renaissance fairs. So,
At some of the longer events, they set up forges.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna have to look at one of these events when it comes into town. We're gonna have to check it out. We're gonna have to take Qrow, and yeah,
There's one in January, and then there's one in Kingdom Arts and Sciences is May 18th. That's a
sounds-
whole competition, the whole thing. People do event, and there's classes, and oh my god, it's a blast. Falconry.
see now
I've
that
actually
always
seen people bring falcons to events.
fascinated me. Yeah, they'd go out falconing where a falcon would hunt other birds and stuff. It's like, and especially here in Idaho where we have birds of prey, and so that's a big thing around here. We've got all kinds of preserves and stuff for the birds of prey, for eagles, hawks, and falcons. So yeah, that always fascinated me when I saw that in the movies. And drunken wenches, exactly, Dayfi. So we need to plan an event where it's more summertime, so the drunken wenches are wearing less. Because if we do it in January, they're going to be all bundled cold.
Right?
Yeah, what's the point in
Cool.
that?
Right.
Well, like January, the end of January is our masked ball here. Everybody's in mask, and this one happens to be Spanish themed. But it's an all day. They've got classes. It looks like they've got a rapier championship, arts and sciences championship for our local group. Stuff like that. Yeah. But
Nice.
it's an all day thing, and then they have the masked ball. They'll have dance classes. If you've ever seen the old movies with the Renaissance, they've all got like these choreographed dances. That's legit. They
Really?
really were like that.
Hmm.
And they teach those.
So you had to know the moves, the steps, and everything else to go out and dance, and otherwise you just looked like an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be me.
It's kind of fun though.
I'll bet it would be. So, Qrow, yeah, you're just popping in after we've been down the Renaissance rabbit hole. We've talked about the Yuri's Yurt and all this other crazy stuff. How has your week been, buddy?
My week's been great. Today was especially great. Reason I'm late to showing up, I guess you could say, is it was my best friend's birthday, so I got to go see him, and went out to this place called Sophie's. I think it's just called Sophie's, but it's this Greek food place. And it was so good. They made this chicken. I had this chicken platter. It was so good.
Greek food slaps.
Yeah, I don't like feta. That's the only thing that sucks about Greek food is they put feta in everything. I don't
Everything.
like- yeah, everything's got feta. Scared my best friend's dad because I have arachnophobia and he has a new pet.
The spider.
It's a black widow.
Oh
So he
no!
goes, "You want to see my new pet?" And he grabs his little jar about yay big, and he starts
No.
like bringing it towards me. And I look inside and I see it, and see it come to me. I looked at him, and went, "Fuck off!" And he just back, and I was like, "Nope." And he's like, "I forgot you don't like spiders, but look at it." And I was like, "From a distance, okay."
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Qrow.
He glued the lid shut. It's almost like a gelato container. It's kind of what it looks like. And he glued the lid shut so there's no way it gets out, and then he put a straw through it to feed it. So there's no way it can get out. That's where it's gonna die.
Allegedly. I don't trust him.
Neither do I. I'm good. Nope. Fuck
Yeah.
off. But
Exactly. And
it was good.
And Jim says the women in the SCA are more dangerous than the men, and we're all wearing body daggers and usually a backup dagger. You know, Ginger, it's really comical you say that because people make fun of me. So I have 3 reasons I'm happy every single day. First one is I woke up above the dirt. Now, with what you just said there, and knowing that I sleep right next to Wild Angel every night, maybe you guys can put 2 and 2 together and realize why I'm so damn happy when I wake up. It's like, oh, thank God she didn't kill me.
I
have
have
a
a
chance.
really, I have a really cute bodice dagger. It's about that big. Just
And one of these mornings, I'm going to wake up, it's going to be sticking out right here. I was giving him a trach and I went too deep. Sorry, my bad. Just joking. Right. Perfect alibi right there. He had cookies in bed. He started choking. I tried to give him a tracheotomy, and I went too deep and hit the spinal column. Sorry. Yep, accidental death, officer.
yes, that was an uprising when it snowed.
Yeah. So, well, happy birthday to your best friend, buddy. So, where's he at?
He's back in Boise.
He's not in the stream. Come on, you didn't tell him we're having a party tonight?
Oh, I tell him all the time. If
So
I had to guess,
Mhm.
if I had to guess, he's planning for D&D tomorrow.
Ooh.
Gaming tomorrow. I'm
That's right.
super excited.
You coming in
Yeah.
town tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to swing by tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna swing by. My goal is around 9:30 ish,
Okay.
because we're gonna
AM?
go at. Mhm.
He might be out of bed.
And if
I
he's
will
not,
be.
I will leave it on the front door.
Leave it on my
because
desk
I'm a
and
nice
walk
guy.
out, and away he goes. Yeah, he's fine. The whole house could be a sleeping crow can wander in. I don't give a shit.
I've done it before.
Oh yeah.
So we keep the front door open. And God forbid, if any of us wake up and you're in here trying to steal something or do something nefarious, if you pick the wrong house, man. I have women that are armed, children that are armed. Everybody in the house has a weapon of some sort, whether it's a katana, a pistol, take your pick. This is like the last house within 6 square miles you ever want to approach with a negative thought.
Yeah, if I lived in the States, that's how I'd be too.
I've just always been that way. I've been prepared for the worst. So, I hope for the best. I try to be pleasant, happy, and all that. But yeah, my youngest daughter has a katana. It's like, go ahead, mess with her. She will chop you up in little pieces. Yeah, son's a gun collector. I mean, it's just crazy. And a wife, of course, that carries daggers on her body.
And I sleep next to an AR.
Yep. It's always the quiet ones you got to watch. He was such a nice man, so we found 37 bodies in his yard. That was just the back. We haven't checked the front yet. Yep. Welcome to Idaho. So,
Hey.
yeah, good.
Now that I got my back fixed, I can start fencing again.
Ooh, there you go.
Talk about good exercise. Oh, and belly dancing. Yeah. I get back into those things.
There you go. See? Yeah, some fun. Qrow can hang out at the forge. I'm going to the yurt, apparently. I don't know. I've got it.
You
at
don't
least
get to
booked.
go to the yurt.
No, okay.
You're easier.
Walk in, walk around like, oh, hell no. I'm out. Later. I'll escort Dave. I'll just wait outside for you, Dave. Don't worry. You can go to the yurt. I'll hang out outside for you. Be security.
That makes sure you get home safe.
Exactly. And just says, I really hope the conversation helps you get over your past and go to the event with an angel. I promise you will like it. Thank you, Ginger. And yes, this has actually helped because, I've always tried to be very open and direct on all my events on whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's Rags to Riches, Freaky Friday, all of this. And so I've tried to share some of the insecurities that I share, that I feel, whether it be through recovery, addiction, everything that I've gone through. And so I find things like this very healing to see different perspectives. Because yes, oftentimes in life, we go through with these fears and we don't want to share them. We don't want to put them out there because God forbid, what if somebody says, yeah, you're right. You are screwed up. Oh God. But we make them worse than they really are oftentimes. So this has been a great conversation. I love this the way it's going so far. And it has helped a great deal, Ginger. So thank you very much, dear. You appeared on camera on one of these angels. I have to do some talking. I'm done black work. You take okay. So I'm supposed to say angels going to do some serious talking. Fair enough. We'll talk into it. Don't you worry.
We'll work on it.
Exactly. So, guys, I'm really curious. I want to get some opinions here. So, I've been thinking about how we could liven up Freaky Friday. What could we do to take it to the next level to bring more people in? Whether it be a game show, giveaways. What do you guys think? I want to get some opinions out there. So, everybody in the audience, let us know. How can we make this a little bit better, draw in a little bit bigger crowd, have a little more fun with it? What would you guys recommend? And then I want to hear from you guys up here on stage with me. What do you guys think? What are some ideas you got?
That's a tough one.
Good,
Yeah,
Qrow.
I got like a half answer.
Half is better than nothing.
Some way to engage the people in the comments with the stream, because not everyone wants to get up on camera or get up here and talk, because it can be a very daunting thing.
It's
So some way that they can either type or whatever to be engaged, whether that's a giveaway or something else.
Yeah, there could be some games or something that could incorporate audience, like Jackbox style games and stuff.
Ooh,
Right.
that.
Oh my lord.
Go ahead.
Okay, explain it.
Okay.
What is that?
So Jackbox games, there are these games that they come out with,
Bundle.
and they're a bundle, yeah. And they come out with like 4 or 5 usually, and they're all like party engaging games. So one of them is that I always think of is called Faking It, and that's where you all sit in the room together, and one person's called the faker, and there will be like a question like, raise your hand if you've ever gotten a car wreck, and the faker gets nothing. So yeah, everyone raises their hand, but if Jim didn't raise his hand, I'm like, I know you've gotten in a car wreck, so I think you're the faker. You're trying to like snuff it out, and there's a bunch of fun games.
Yeah, so there's like a whole catalog of different games, and they sell different packages with like different games within the said packages. And yeah, so you buy one, it comes with like a whole bunch of games. There's like all different types. There's like, if you look, there's like murder trivia ones. There's like funny ones with like words. There's also drawing ones. It's crazy. They have so many, and they continue to build them out and add on to them.
I have one of them. I can't think which one it is.
Yeah, I think I have one on
Play
my
Cards
Xbox
Against
or
Humanity.
something. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like.
Or
I
would
think
you rather?
Yeah, like I think they have something similar to exactly that, but yeah, there's just like so many different games. Like there's so many.
I have
It's
the third one.
And the cool thing about it too is that the audience can interact. So like if there isn't a full amount of people that we have here to play the games, then like audience members can jump in as well to play with us, but they don't actually have to like come up here and talk and stuff. Like they could just play while listening to the stream. And then there's also yeah. So they can just hang out in the chat and then just play the game on the side, listen to the stream. And then also if it gets like overloaded, then there's even still stuff for people that aren't participating in the game itself. They can help do like voting for their favorite to give extra points to a person or stuff like that. Just like small things that even if you're not playing the game, you can actually still interact with it.
Interesting. Okay. And see, I've been worried about that. I've thought about doing trivia games, things like that, but I know there's a lag. There's a delay from when we talk to when people actually hear it on the video stream. And depending on your internet or if you've got an ad pop up or something like that, okay, well, that could be unfair if somebody gets wrecked because of that.
So if you're playing the game, then it's always going to be like the exact moment, right? So like you'll be able to like there'll still be a delay, but in most instances like it'll still work out. Like even if you have the delay, you're still playing along at the exact same time as us in real time, and then you just can like listen in as like the reactions come in afterwards and stuff, and then after like you play, then you kind of listen back and hear and stuff. So it should theoretically still work out.
Interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to check into that. Qrow, remind me. I'll dive into that. That sounds definitely interesting.
Yeah, some of the classic games like Fibbage, Quiplash, Drawful, Don't Know Jack. There's like a whole bunch of different like classics. They're so fun. They're so funny.
Yeah, everything you just said, I could have swear there's like one letter was changed. I'm like, talking English, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, they're really good, man. There's some fun stuff, especially just with like a group of people. You're just hanging out, trying to mess around, have some goofs and gaffs. It's good. Nice. But you have to buy the packages. That's the only thing is you have to like buy the games. I think you can buy them individually now.
Now, does everybody who plays the game have to buy it, or could like the viewers?
No,
only us. Okay.
So only one person has to buy it and own it, and then all you have to do is like for other people that are playing, they just go to Jackbox game, like they just go to jackboxsomething.com, and it's just like, so it's just a web browser, and you're immediately in the game. So as long as one person owns it, then everybody can play it.
So it's kind of like Air Console.
Right. Okay. We've
I
done
don't know what that is.
Kinda.
So like if I owned it and I brought it to your house, Jim, and I
Right.
set it up on the TV and everything, even though it's on the TV and stuff, we would be playing from our phones. All the
Yeah.
prompts and stuff would be coming to our phones.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
so it is
computer.
just like Air Console then. Okay.
Yeah.
So Chrome Air Console is it's one we started playing 4 or 5 years ago at Christmas. And basically on the screen is like your arcade screen. And everybody's driving with their phone. So there's one where there's like 8 little rocket ships. And they start out in a grid pointing different directions. And you have to go across the map. And the whole map is changing and evolving in geographic shapes. And shapes are different colors. You go across black and it slows you down to a stop. It's like tar. Go to a dark blue and it cuts your speed in half. And the whole trick is you have a timer to get to a safe zone somewhere on the map.
Huh.
And you can shoot each other down. And if you don't make it in time, either you get shot or you don't make it in time, you're out. And it keeps going until there's only one person left.
That's cool.
Yeah, and use your phone to drive. But you're
Yeah.
all looking at one screen.
Yeah, that's basically the exact same thing in that style with Jackbox games. Everybody's looking at one screen, only one game needs to be owned, and everybody all around can play. And yeah, it's great for stream games. I've seen streamers do it before. Like they've played Jackbox games like with their audience and shit. It usually works out pretty good.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yes, we will definitely have to check that one out. And yeah, because I'm always looking for ideas. What would you guys in the audience, what do you think would be fun? What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? Besides just the bald, shiny head. Wear hat.
I mean, that beautiful hairdo you got going on?
Exactly. Oh, that one's...
Luscious locks.
Luscious locks, yeah.
Hey, listen here, Chewy. I don't want to hear it out of you. Let's see. And, let's see.
Oh,
Some of that. No, spiders. Ooh, yeah. And so, Junior, that's what's funny is, yes, Qrow is afraid of spiders. And Chrome, you understand as an electrician how often you get into attics or unpleasant places. My fear is snakes. So between the two of us, if there's either snakes or spiders, we are going to burn your house to the ground. It's dead. That's it. Game over.
so your sarcasm comment made me think of last night. So we were playing Call of Duty last night or a couple nights ago. And I picked this one spot on the map to go, and we all went there, and we all died terrible deaths, and as happens sometimes. So then we went into the next game, and Serenity over here was like, "Well, I'm picking because you had a bad pick last time." I was like, "I had a bad pick last time."
Chloe.
And he goes, "Hey, asshole!" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "My game just crashed," and this guy blamed me. That somehow my smart-ass comment made his game crash.
Yep. You're being a dick. My server crashed. That was it. Game over. I'm done. I didn't say it was your fault. I just said I was going to blame you. Yeah, totally different there.
It was that bad.
It was. It was hysterical the way it happened. And after a while, it's like, okay, that's it. Modern Warfare 3 is just freaking out. Call it a day. Let's go play Fortnite. So we went and played that, and they got a new Lego one, and that's now we remember why I got out of World of Warcraft and Asheron's Call, and did a great reference there. Chrome, you might understand this. I attuned to the Life Stone when I got there. You know what that means?
Not exactly, but that does sound familiar.
Okay. Can anybody tell me the name of the game where attuning to a Life Stone was required for a new questing area? If so, put it in the chat. I want to see if anybody else can get
That
that.
sounds so familiar for some reason. Like, I feel like I have to know, but...
It was a big thing. And yes, I said that, and Qrow pops up. I know what that is. And Gage and Horatio, they're like, what? You what? Like,
You did what now? You found a what? No, I didn't.
yeah, it's like, I didn't find nothing. I just did it. It's like, okay. So
what is...
WoW? No, it's not WoW. Before WoW.
Oh. It starts with an A.
It does.
I can see the wheels spinning.
So it goes way back in the day, as I call it. Would it be in 97, 98? Oh my God, what did I just type?
Oh, is it Ash? starts with an ash, and it's call.
Ash call. No, that was
Ash
your
call.
report. We talked about
Ash,
that already.
Asheron's call.
There you go. Yes. Ding, ding,
I
ding,
put
ding.
it together.
You did. Yes. I don't know if you guys remember this game, Asheron's Call. This came out right when, was it EVE Online? EverQuest Online? Launched about the same time. And so you had people who either played Asheron's Call or the other one. I played Asheron's Call. And anytime you go to a new quest area, there's a life stone there, big blue stone. You go up and you tune to it and you raise your hand and do this cool magical trick. And for some reason that popped out of my mouth. Like, yep, I just tuned to the life stone here. And everybody else thought I was nuts. Like, what are you talking? What did you find? Yeah, Qrow got it though. So I was really proud of Qrow.
That's hilarious.
It's funny how our experiences from the past kind of carry into the modern games. Because in Fortnite Lego, you go to sleep in your bed and that attunes you there. So that way, if you die while you're exploring, you just respawn in your bed like nothing happens. All good. Go pick up your backpack, call it a day. Let's see. Go ahead and hook you up with a custom dance bra. Okay. Wow, they're having a whole different conversation over there. So, Qrow, you guys didn't notice. Well, Wild Angel kind of did. What do you guys think of the background music? Is this an improvement?
I think it's been good.
I like it. It's a little mellow. But that's not a bad thing. Just
Okay.
different.
How about the audience? What do you guys think of the audience? Being it's Freaky Friday, the conversations of people, is this a good fit for it, or do we need to keep looking? I want to hear your guys' votes, what you think. And if you think we need to look for something different, let me know what you would like to hear for background.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit more of like a relaxed type of vibe.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. And so just to let you guys know that, yes, everything is still twisting on the back end. In case you are listening to this, I will read this for you. So Wildland says, yeah, you need a new garb and I'm your seamstress. And Ginger's response was, absolutely. And free feels are okay. You're braver than me. I tell those things names. She's confident, the only one I trust with all my secrets. Wow, there's like 6 conversations going on all over the place. Like, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about now.
Which way's up again?
Yeah, which way's up?
That way!
Ginger makes dance bras and Middle Eastern garb for belly dancers. I sew everything else, from undergarments to jewel-encrusted Queen Elizabeth. So she needs European garb. She comes to me. And the joke is, I have had my hands on her body more than some of the men she has dated. Because I sew for her. And so, yeah.
We don't have to go to yours. You just head over to their tent. They're having a hell of a good time over there.
Oh, time for a fitting. Got it.
Yes, please. Let me see. Oh, let me adjust that. Oh, yeah, that's better. Yeah. I get in trouble when I do that. What the hell? Apparently I gotta be a seamstress to do shit like that. Okay. Good to know.
I know you're gonna be doing, at 2 a.m. just, ow.
I'm running to snow, damn it. Leave me alone. Why are you doing that? So I can cop the feel. Leave me alone. It's okay. Actually, it's kind of funny you mentioned that because, I know Qrow knows this. Wild Angel definitely knows this. My mother is a seamstress. Since she retired from the state, she's been sewing her entire life. And now she does, wedding dresses, alterations. I helped her cut out a bathrobe the other day. And anytime she gets a material or a pattern that she's stressing out, she calls me. Like, hey, Jim, come down and help me because I've got to cut out this big bolt of material or something. And I'll go down and I'll cut it out. And I own my own serger. I have my own sewing machine. I actually can sew better than most women I know, in fact. It's kind of scary.
Pretty cool, though.
It is. So, yes, apparently, now that I know I can cop a feel, I'm going to stop being a content creator and I'm becoming a seamstress. That's it. Apparently, that's where all the fun's at.
Just a privilege sometimes,
As long as you have permission. She did say
Right.
earlier they always have permission. It's okay. Hey, you got permission. You're good.
I would be sewing for her, and she would bring me food, bring me things to drink. She would clean up my mess. Oh, that sounds really strangely familiar, Serenity. When you're doing things. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was
See,
my
and-
sewing slave.
Oh, that works. Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. Exactly. Andrew says, I almost think from my point, because I don't do the cryptocurrency, I'm looking at it, but I don't do it currently. If people realize that you guys talk about more than that, it might help. That's a great point, Ginger. And yes, and that's why I tried to make the name totally different. And the picture, the thumbnail, everything about it totally different. And really what I need and could ask for is if all of you would tell your friends about it. It's like, hey, maybe you're not into crypto. Maybe you just want to hang out, have fun, talk about who knows what the hell we're going to talk about. We don't even know, literally.
Yeah.
Everything I had planned to talk about tonight, well, I've left behind. It got thrown away 10 minutes into the stream. But if you guys would do me a huge favor, tell your friends about it. So like, subscribe, put comments in the chat, and share this out there on other social media platforms. Let them know that if they're home on a Friday night and they got nothing to do, no one to hang out with, and maybe they don't want to talk about crypto, they come out here and we can talk about SCA or the fourth dimension or radios, electric. We've talked about pretty much anything. And as we know, anything goes here on Freaky Friday. So do me a huge favor and just spread the word.
I gotta try this thing at that Greek restaurant. It was one of the desserts they had, and it was.
Wait a minute. Why are we on food again? Damn it! I was hoping we were gonna get through one episode without food. Damn it, Qrow! You screwed it up. Go ahead. Sorry.
It was fried. I'm gonna butcher this because I'm not Greek. Pita bread,
Mhm.
and they put like cinnamon and syrup on it, and it was
Mhm.
it was good.
It's phenomenal.
You know I haven't eaten dinner yet, right?
Oh,
Me neither.
Yeah,
We never have dinner till
You're
after
such
the
a dick,
stream.
Qrow. And then he leaves. What an ass.
No, he's seeing Mouse. Hi,
He
Mouse.
Mentions food that sounds really, really good. Me and Qrow are here starving to death, and he wanders away. We can't even
Me
yell at him.
too.
I am so full after eating at that restaurant.
Shut up, Qrow.
Hi,
Yeah,
Mouse.
shut up, Qrow. Shut up.
No, that's good. I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Tomorrow's gonna be great. I'm so excited for D&D.
It's really interesting. I always thought that like D&D and the SCA would go hand in hand. Those kind of events. So I'm really surprised that the two of you aren't in the same worlds, I guess, or areas.
Generation. Hello.
Okay.
Um,
You think
I
about D&D though, it goes back to like the 60s, 70s. I mean, that's way old school. So I just thought they would go hand in hand.
well, there are a lot of people in society that game. However, they don't necessarily go hand in hand. Because one is more on an educational side, one is also fantasy. D&D, the game, is fantasy. Not everybody who participates in the SCA is interested in the fantasy.
I don't know. Yuri's Yurt sound pretty fantastic. I had to throw that in.
I'm not going to live down Yuri's shirt.
Nope, you're not. I'll make sure of it. And I think that's a really important topic to point out there is, so a lot of the SCA, you're saying they are very much about the science, the build, the history, where D&D and stuff, they're much more on the unrealistic environment of Dungeons, Dragons. It still has the knights in shining armor on both sides. But when
There's
you have
no magic in the Renaissance.
Okay, so there's no hobbits, no gnomes, no fairies, none of that. Okay, so there really is a separating line where most people who haven't experienced either one, or it's not into
And
it.
Only the cultures and the known world at that time is allowed. Japan was a known world. However, there's Egypt and some of the Middle East, but not necessary. And Russian was, but it's bigger areas. So if you look at the map of the known world from I think it's 700 to 1650 or 900 to 1650. Those are the only cultures that are represented.
Really? Okay. So
Yes.
you didn't have like obviously you didn't have the American Indians or anything
Yeah,
here on the
that's-
Western continents.
Right.
Okay.
It's a lot of European. Yes, there's some Eastern European Viking culture, but not necessarily Sweden, Norway, Finland. But it's that whole Norse culture.
Okay.
There is Middle Eastern, but it's even countries that don't exist now
Oh, wow. Okay.
because they've changed. Or been absorbed or broken up.
They've evolved in some way, shape, or form, so they're not what they used to be. So you
Right.
guys really try and take it back to how it used to be, as authentic, besides the plague, as possible.
Yes, we actually have people that do Romani, not from Romania, but the Romani, the true gypsies,
Okay.
the original gypsies. They are the Romani culture. We have people that have their little caravan wagons.
The Tinkers.
The Tinkers, exactly.
In the
Those
Wheel of
are
Time, they're known as the Tinkers of the traveling people.
they are based on the Romani
Oh, okay.
culture. And there's modern day gypsies, the modern day Romani. But we have people that actually make the little wagons, like the little mini houses on
Right.
wheels, and then they enter those in like arts and sciences competitions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
really, really cool. I've totally geeked out doing research papers
Mhm.
because a project that you can document with primary sources, meaning sources like pictures that of extant or existing garments. You can go out and research these and find actual garments that existed back then. You're trying to recreate those in
Okay.
their actual methods.
So
So
you can't just grab an electric sewing machine and stitch it together. You need
No.
to do the hand stitching and
unfortunately,
do it their way.
I do not enter the arts and sciences for sewing because my hand sewing sucks. It falls apart. But
Hi,
like
Chrome. Bye,
my-
Chrome. What are you doing?
But my embroidery, the different forms of embroidery that I do, the embellishment, yes, I can totally enter, and I will document those down to nitpicky.
Welcome back.
So, yeah, we geek out. We totally geek out in the SCA.
And see, that's interesting because I know D&D. Chrome and I have talked several times. Yeah, totally geeks out, and he starts talking in foreign language. I'm like, what the hell were you babbling about? And then I know, like me and Chrome, we geek out on crypto and digital currency and blockchain technology and all that. And you're saying the SCA does the same thing. So
On a lot of things.
it's really neat. You've got three different divisions of societies, if you will. And for all of us, they're kind of our heart and soul in a lot of ways. Yet we can all still be here and share them with each other and find them fascinating. So I think that's pretty cool.
I agree.
Yeah, I game and I'm learning about crypto and trying to broaden my geekiness.
You will advance to Uber Geek.
Right.
One of the conversations we were having today was if for some reason a magic item gave you working wings as a human, could you fly?
Kind of a waste if you had wings if you couldn't fly, wouldn't it be?
But here comes the kicker.
Okay.
The reason why birds can fly, even big birds, is because their bones are usually hollow.
Right.
But if I just grew wings, I have so much mass, I don't think I could fly unless I grew like massive wings.
Right. That'd have to be huge.
So that
We're
was the
not very
discussion we were having.
Dynamic.
No. And we have too much density to our bodies. So, no, I think you would have to change not only the wings, but you'd actually have to change just your physique, your structuring. You soaking wet are like 60 pounds, so you might be able to. I don't know.
I think his dog weighs more than he does.
I think so too.
Hi, Mouse.
Chrome's back. Okay.
They're saying hi.
Yeah, my StreamYard like broke. Everything just froze and then it restarted and then it was just like kind of slowly loading itself back in.
Yeah, it was here. It was weird. You were here, you were gone, then you came back, then you left, and like, yeah, I hear you.
It's just been broken a little bit. I don't know what happened tonight.
The
I don't know.
Discord crash is contagious.
Yeah, for
So-
real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a virus going through the world. It's AI. It's taking over. It became sentient. That's it. Get about 12 hours and it's terminated. But Judgment Day. So I'm kind of curious, Wild Angel and Ginger, on the SCA stuff. Now, we've seen a lot of these things like Game of Thrones and the Wheel of Time series and all these different things that are trying to reenact that. I saw a TV show called Vikings. How authentic is what we're seeing? I mean, is that pretty much melodramatic Hollywood stuff, or are there parts of that that are actually authentic?
Parts of it. TV show called Rain. The concept behind it was authentic. Obviously, the clothing wasn't. For most of it, it was very modern versus what would have been worn for propriety's sake. But there are bits and pieces that, yeah, like the feasts and like being in the halls and going to court and the courts that you'd see them all standing. Yeah, you didn't sit in royalty, and nobody approaches royalty armed.
Okay.
Unless you've been given that privilege.
So I'm kind of curious. So if you wanted to give somebody said, hey, go watch this movie or this TV show, that is the closest you could possibly get to what it is to be back in that time, what would you choose? Where would you point? And Ginger, please throw that out, or anybody else watching, or leave in the comments if you're watching this on the replay. Let us know what you feel the most authentic TV show movie that represents that era is, because I'd like to know.
Something from the BBC, because they are better at researching than the rest of the world. And they had a lot more access to that existing things that survived.
Right, they live it. It's their country. They know what's going on.
Right, and they have active royalty. I think, Ginger, back me up on this. Am I thinking Elizabeth? The movie?
I think she fell asleep on us. She's been quiet for a while now.
She might have had to take her dog out.
Okay. So
and they've got
Elizabeth?
snow. It's called Elizabeth. It's about Queen Elizabeth, and how she came to her throne, and why she went to the white makeup and the very stark clothes.
Okay. Is that this one here? Elizabeth drama thriller?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look it up in the IMDb. 1998. I can't play the trailer where we get demonetized, so I won't do that.
Ginger, the movie I'm thinking of that is just phenomenal when it comes to clothing and behaviors.
Was that a dragon? I saw fire.
No.
Okay,
was
good.
Not a dragon.
Just making sure.
Yes, this is the one.
This is the one. Okay. So if
Yeah.
anybody wants to learn more about it, or at least get an idea of what real was like, this is the closest. So, I mean, we just watched, what was the other night? The Cinderella story.
Ever after.
Ever After. Not very realistic on that one, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes and no. The fact that for most of that movie, she is wearing that blue dress. They
Right.
didn't have multiple changes of clothes. They didn't change clothes every day. Yes, she went swimming in her dress.
That's how it gets queen.
Right. When they sold the servant into slavery, that
Mhm.
happened. However, she's catching up.
She's catching. Yeah,
She's
I think
catching
she's
up.
got a delay. So, Ginger, you might
Oh,
have to catch up and refresh because you might have watched some ads. She could be a few minutes behind us.
actually, what could be happening is, Ginger, right above the scrolling "We survived another week" on your screen, run your finger across that. Is probably a red bar that will pop up. Drag that all the way to the right and see if you can catch up a little faster. It'll skip. It'll jump you to where we are.
Right.
I do that with you and Alex's sometimes when I'm trying to catch up.
Right.
I've
You'll
had
get
to
ads
watch
and
an
stuff
ad.
pop up, and we'll keep going. And then time the end of the stream hits, you're like 5 minutes
Right.
behind. Like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. But actually, Ever After is not bad. The fact of royalty and peasants getting together, yeah, that was a little far-fetched, but it is a fairy tale.
Right. It's got some cool scenery in it, and it's just a fun story.
It's good.
And I think that's what a lot of people really relish on those kind of stories is the underdog rising up, whether it be a peasant who becomes royalty or like Braveheart. You take one peasant who rises up, amasses an army, and takes control of the country. And I think there's a lot of that we miss in modern day. And so if somebody does stand up, well, now they're a rebel, or now they're a troublemaker or something else. Yet they're trying in their own way to do the same kind of adventure journey to either take control or to seize their own power or whatever. Yet nowadays, we're so much brainwashed and we're sheep that, now you're just a troublemaker. You got to go to jail or go to counseling or something. It's okay to be different.
Braveheart is actually fairly accurate.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So her tongue ring's getting in the way again. It's not DMV, it's D&D. She games
right.
too.
Bro, there you go, buddy. Got another gamer. Can you game over the net? Is that possible to do D&D
Yes.
by network?
Absolutely.
Done
Okay,
it.
Okay, so Ginger, you got to get hold of Qrow, and you guys can arrange like an online D&D, and we'll make a channel right in Down Home Crypto Discord. And yeah, let's get a D&D community set up. Remind me, I'll make the channel. We'll get it set up, guys. I want to give you guys places to interact with anyone, anywhere in the world that has the same interests. That's what Down Home Crypto is all about. And for those who don't know, that's why I named it Down Home Crypto, because I want it to feel like you're going home. And anybody's welcome. I don't care how rich or poor you are, smart, fat, ugly, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters except just having a passion similar to others. That's it.
I like how you were about to say the inverse to smart, but then you just stopped. You
I know.
on.
It's because I was stupid and I forgot what the word was. Yeah, if you're smart or me.
That was great. That was perfect.
That was epic, wasn't it? Yeah, I do some of the dumbest things, and you know what? All I can do is laugh about it because I am not the smartest cookie, smartest person
Sharpest
around.
crayon in the box.
Yeah, I try to put like 3 different comparisons together. It's like smartest, light bulb, crayon, cookie, shit. Nothing fit. It's because my drink's almost empty. More mead.
Yep, more mead.
Hey, I'm on the stream. I can't fill that for you now.
I know, it's terrible. That's okay. It's getting close to wrap up time. No,
Yeah, my
this has been
stomach.
great. I know, Qrow. I feel the same way, buddy. I'm hungry.
In
Right.
the same boat.
That's the
And
difference between Renfair and SCA is the fantasy. Oh, okay. So what's the difference between Renfair and SCA? So fill us in here.
Ren fairs will have more of the fantasy aspect. You could totally see somebody walking around with fairy wings at a Ren fair. However, you will not see that in the SCA. Absolutely not. Unless they're like 5. Unless they're 5.
Yeah,
We
like
do
you're a
allow
child.
the kids to have fun with that. But once, and then still their parents usually kibosh that.
How dare you?
No, it's just this isn't the place.
Okay.
We do other things that are just
makes
as
sense.
much fun as playing fairies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're
So-
more open to just, like the creativity. People want to be like whatever the magical creatures were from back then. I'm going to be a dragon slayer and like all this stuff. Like, yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
And,
And these
Yeah,
are
that
the
is.
things that people do a lot of. We have very few Japanese that people that do Japanese personas. There's a couple do it really well, but you don't see it a whole lot.
Well, they were very, what do you call it? I don't want to say precise, but very closed.
Society.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can come up with the word. And so, yeah, they always talk about the mysteries of the Middle East because they were so shut off. They didn't teach Outlanders. And I know even, researching like Bruce Lee, there was a big ordeal with him teaching Kung Fu here to white people, and where he had to go through all this stuff to actually get some sort of approval, basically fought for his right to do it. But yeah, you take the Middle Eastern cultures, they are very closed off.
The Asian cultures love, not the Middle East.
Well, Middle East too. But yes, Asian. I just
More
look at that part of the world.
specifically Asian, yeah.
Yes. Sorry, my bad. See, I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, obviously.
I know my original persona was just kind of a general European, but the one that evolved was Spain, more down towards the Iberian Peninsula, like around Turkey.
Yeah.
Down in that area. And my father was a sword master. And he taught me. Unfortunately, I was still a daughter, so it wasn't accepted. But that was some of my backstory. And then I did have a Romani persona. I did gypsy. I did gypsy pretty well. And then I was starting to develop a Middle Eastern persona because I drum for dancers, and I'm learning to dance. So doing the belly dancing. So, and dressing appropriately for the persona is always fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yabong says Swordmaster. That's badass. Yeah. Yabong, now you see why I'm happy I woke up every day.
Yeah, Swordmaster.
Exactly. June says, hi, Yabong. Thought we lost you.
Yeah, he's been quiet for a while.
Yeah, he probably dealt with the animals. I know this is the time he goes out and takes care of the animals and everything. And guys, if you don't know who Yabong is, real quick, give a shout out. Runs an animal sanctuary down in Florida. Great guy, a mentor, a friend, and he has a YouTube channel as well. And now he has the official Karma Sanctuary. Is that right? Yes, Karma Sanctuary, registered charity group down in Florida. So go check out his YouTube, join his Discord. Awesome guy. Love him to death. Glad to have you here with us. Awesome.
Oh, I'm not a sword master. That was just my persona that my father was a sword master. But yes, I do fence. So
it's in your blood, so he's got to be scared.
Thank you.
Right.
Karma Farm Sanctuary. Thank you, Yabong. I appreciate the correction there. I knew it was Karma Sanctuary. I missed the farm. Karma
Ginger,
Farm
I'll
Sanctuary.
send you the link in Discord. It's kind of cool.
It's way cool. One of these days, I want to get one of his animal paintings where the animals actually paint. I want to get one of those, get it signed and hang up on my wall.
I want a t-shirt.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
He has t-shirts.
See, I could wear an animal shirt. I mean, I'm wearing a pink shirt. Come on, I could definitely wear an animal painting on my shirt. I would be totally.
That was the first thing I saw. I was like, pink.
It's a flying rooster, like a dragon or a phoenix, but it's a rooster.
Yeah, it is.
His logo. It's cool.
I can find that real quick.
Get Valentine.
Ooh.
Get Scarlett or Valentine to do a painting for us.
Yeah, that would be
Or
awesome.
Godric.
Godric original, cool, right
Godric.
there.
A Godric original.
Because Godric's like the king. I mean, everybody knows Godric. He's like the king of the animal sanctuary there. Dude, that would be awesome. I would love to have it. Angel says, yeah, Angel, share that with me. I don't know what part of the conversation.
I will share the link with her.
Okay, good. So, real quick, guys, before we wrap this up. So, we've been here for 2 hours. It's been absolutely great. And we've gone all down the Renaissance rabbit hole. Yeah, SCA, Renaissance, D&D. It's kind of funny. Was it 2 streams ago? We were going on the 4th and 5th dimension. Now here we are. We're backing up and going backwards in time. And you really have no idea what's going on here. So Godric is the alpha dragon. Oh, there you go.
Yep. I saw that short. That was just adorable
That was awesome.
with Martin and Godric. Yeah.
Yeah, learning to fly. That was good. So
No,
I'm really
this
curious.
was Godric and Godric was sitting with Alex. Kelly was feeding Martin. It was talking about his dragons.
Oh, okay, so I saw the one where Alex was flying with
Oh, this is one that came across like my feed.
right.
So
Martin is so good at flying.
he
Yeah,
is.
that's the one I saw, Alex, where you and Martin were flying. You were down there. It's like, that was great. That was absolutely awesome. I loved it. Okay, guys. So I think it's about time to wrap this up for tonight. But definitely want to get your ideas and suggestions. How can we improve? What would you guys like to see? Definitely put in the Discord. Throw it in the comments down below this video. And as always, do me a huge favor. Take a moment. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, tell your friends about us. Let us know that it's not just geeking on crypto. It's not just D&D. It's everything. And that's what we're all about. Here down home crypto, it's absolutely everything goes, and there's a connection that has the passion you enjoy somewhere in the community. I guarantee it.
Amen.
Thank you, Bonks. Love it, buddy. And yes, Chroma has cats. You're hearing Chroma's kitty right now. Hi, kitty.
Ginger was saying that Chrome's dog's head. She meant Qrow's dog's head is bigger than her whole dog.
Oh,
Jeez,
yeah. Crow's
Yeah,
dog's
she
like a
has little
horse.
pocket puppies.
that's funny.
Yeah,
I love
that's
little
like-
dogs. That's so cute.
I like the medium-sized rat dogs. What's Chloe?
Chloe is a Cairn Terrier toy poodle mix.
Not this big.
That
That's
can-
13 pounds. She's supposed to be 13 pounds max. She's still sitting at about 17. She's another 4 to go.
Just actually really liked the series and it was pretty good. As far as accuracy, Vikings are not my forte. However, I have friends who are and they like it, so they might like it. Okay. Got it. So, guys, anything you want to say in closing before we wrap it up tonight?
Oh man, guess hope everybody has a fantastic night. Thanks for everybody for coming by on this nice Friday. It's been a pleasure.
I agree.
Thanks for letting me geek
Man,
out,
a few
guys.
words down there.
I'm not gonna say the same thing he just said.
We'll say something new. Come on, what the hell?
Thank you all for joining us for the conversations that we've had. It was a great time. Got to talk about food, D&D. I love D&D. Always down a game. So when Serenity finally makes that channel, I will definitely be in there planning an adventure for anyone who would like to join.
Absolutely. And Chris, thank you so much for joining and signing up for the Down Home Crypto Discord. That's awesome, brother, and appreciate your support, my man. And anybody else, if you want to hit the join button down below, that will get you the membership, and that gives you special roles in the Discord as well. So, think about it. Give for a Christmas present. Invite them in. Let's have some fun.
Give you guys a little sneak peek. We might have something special for random people that are supporters that have shown lots of support for us coming. So he doesn't have a clue.
I got no idea. Something's cooking in that brain. I can smell it. Yeah. Burnt mechanics.
It's
I smell it.
But we all need our homies sometime. So
Exactly. And yeah, and everybody says, hey, thanks, Chris. Appreciate your support and your love, brother. Yabonks, my man, always a pleasure. Ginger, one of these days, we will get you up here with us. Dave, I know you were hanging with us for quite a while. Thanks for stopping in. And everybody else who watches this on the rebroadcast, thank you so much for your love and support. We appreciate it. And we'll catch everybody next week. Be safe out there.
bye.
Bye, guys.
Boy.
Bye bye.